Did you have any music? Did you play music? Were you involved
I took music lessons once.
when you were
We
little?
went to Springville. And then just before the 4th of July, June and I was separating the milk out in the milk house. It was just a little house out there, a wash house and milk house. And she's turning the separator and it was making a noise. And she says, I wonder where that noise is. And I said, oh, it's right down there. I stuck my finger right in the cog wheels. I got that finger yet.
Just show me that.
Oh, I just nearly fainted. And they took me outdoors, you know. And I was quite a foot racer. The first time we went to race, we went to Lena Parlett and I was a good friend. And the man came up and he says, why don't you get in that race? We said, oh, we don't want to run. Oh, yes, you get in that race. Well, we got in the race and I won. I won first and she won second. And I got 2 big round silver dollars. Oh my! I thought, and I couldn't hardly wait to find my folks. They didn't know I ran. and I kept them 2 silver dollars a long time before I spent them.
You did spend them though, huh?
Yeah, I guess I spent them. I
Something
can't
important.
remember what for.
Yeah, must have been important.
But I was really proud of them silver dollars.
Oh, yes.
And then
That was
after
a lot of
I
money
hurt,
then.
the next year I hurt my finger. Then that wouldn't let me run.
Mm.
I wanted to run, but
Yeah.
my mother wouldn't. Just the night before, she thought it would be good for me.
Yeah.
So
Did they have big dances? You know,
Oh, yes.
then? And,
had dances about every
Western
Saturday night
every
at
Saturday?
people's house.
oh, is that right?
Yeah, you go to their house.
Mhm.
And they'd take things out of the room, and we just had board floors.
Mm-hmm.
You'd scrub them with lye water,
Oh.
make them clean.
Uh-huh.
But they'd take everything out and then people would have fun.
Oh,
When I was a
yeah.
little girl, we'd look down at them. You know that you wasn't room to stand down there, so we'd go up there and look at them through the top of the.
What, they square dance? Is that
Yeah,
what
square
they
dance mostly.
Uh-huh.
Mostly.
And then they had people who played violins or
Yes, Uncle
harmonicas or
Jim
whatever
Tishy.
it was.
Uncle Jim Tishy was quite a violin.
Mm-hmm.
And then Otto, his son, got to be too later.
What kind of clothes did you wear? Did you have?
Oh, we had lots of clothes,
different-
you know, seemed like lots of clothes. And
Did you buy your clothes or did you make
no,
them?
my
or-
mother made them all.
Mhm.
We didn't buy only our shoes. She even made stockings. We
Stockings?
knit our stockings,
Knit them?
knit them.
My goodness. And she made both men and
Made
women's.
suits and coats and everything. Not only for us, but some of the neighbors too.
So you just bought material. She'd buy material
Yeah,
and
she
then
buy material and make.
and patterns. Did she make up her own patterns? or did she buy patterns?
Well, she'd make or buy one pattern, and she'd make a lot of things off of that one pattern. You know, she'd ever.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Where did you go shopping?
Well,
When you
we'd
did
go
have to go to
shopping.
town? What
Springfield.
did you went to Springfield?
Yeah, we didn't go to Angels very often, but we had to. When we had sold hogs, you had to take them over to Angel.
Mhm.
You know, they'd have to put them in the wagon, and then you'd have to ride about all day. It took about all day to get over there.
To Ainsworth?
Then we'd stay all night.
Oh. come back
We had friends that we stayed with. Jim Hurlis. And Mom would always send them over with a lot of groceries and, vegetables out of the garden and things. They wasn't too well off either.
Mhm.
And they always called him Uncle Jeff. He was always glad when Uncle Jeff come. He always had a lot of things.
Do you remember what the best gift that you ever received? Or
Goodness, I don't know. I can't hardly think. But
when you were little?
No.
Nothing
That
special?
doll, I guess.
The doll that you got when
I
you were
suppose when at this it must be. I can't hardly remember. It's,
Did you celebrate birthdays when
but-
you were in your family?
Yes, we always had cakes on our birthday.
Uh-huh.
We didn't get many presents, but we got cakes. But for Christmas, they always made presents too. When you bought a doll, it was naked,
Mhm.
and they had to make clothes for it. And they'd put us to bed while they was making our presents, and we'd wonder what we were going to get.
How did you celebrate Christmas? Did you?
Yeah, we
was
put
it different than how
we put them in our stockings instead of a tree, mostly.
the gifts in a stocking? Oh.
We did have trees later, but we usually put them in our stockings. Get up in the morning and they'd be hanging up there.
Did you have special stockings that you made for
I
that?
guess
or
we did, maybe. If they couldn't get it in, they'd just put it right by it.
Mm-hmm.
Getting off the subject a little bit, but what was the Depression like? You went through
What's the what?
the Depression. You remember the economic depression in about 1929? When
Depression. Remember the Depression?
Oh, the Depression.
I'm sure you do.
Yes.
Late 20, about 1929, 1930s.
That'd be after we was married.
Mm-hmm.
And we never got relief, but the neighbors did, you know, and they had a lot better things than we did.
Those that were on relief, yes.
You remember Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah, and they always had big apples and oranges and things that we couldn't afford to buy.
mm,
But we had plenty to eat. We had meat and chickens and
off the farm, right?
yeah, on the farm you wouldn't starve. You just didn't
Mhm.
have knickknacks, you know, like oranges
Didn't have a
and
lot of
apples.
little extras.
And then we had gardens and we'd raise our own vegetables, you know, and things like that. But we never. And then we had wild sand cherries.
Oh yes, I
remember
remember
those.
those.
They were good.
Sand cherry pie.
They grew right on the ground and on a bush, and
They were
as big
good.
as a tame cherry,
Mm-hmm.
and just so sweet
Oh,
and
yes,
good.
I remember those.
Mhm.
Did you
We'd
ever
put
have
sugar
those
and
very-
cream on
I'm
them.
surprised because we
Take
had
the
them.
pit out.
No, we used to
Put
let-
sugar and cream on
They
them.
were delicious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, farm was
and
probably
choke
a
cherries,
good
and we
place to
had
be during the Depression.
Yes.
You could eat
we,
it.
we had the wild fruit, like choke cherries and plums, you know, and then we'd can them.
Mm-hmm.
And then for plums, you'd pit them and put them in a stone jar and put a top over them and bury them in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And they'd keep, just like this seal.
Oh, really?
And we put them in the cave once, and then we couldn't find where we dug them. where we never did find them.
They're still there someplace.
Yeah, Eve and I talked about it, find them. But we had a dumb waiter in there too,
Mm-hmm.
and that was you put your milk and butter and everything you wanted cool, and it went away down in a hole. You'd roll it on a rope,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you wanted to pull it up, you know, it kept pretty cool down there, especially in the cave too.
Mm-hmm.
And that was called a dumb waiter.
Uh-huh.
I remember when we used to make ice cream.
Oh yeah.
We'd get ice from they had like a shed or something they'd keep
Yeah,
ice
we
in.
kept ice. We put up ice
Yeah.
in the ice house, we call it.
Yeah. And that's how you kept your food cold. With those ice boxes, that's right.
Mhm.
But then we make ice cream with that ice.
Yeah, you'd make ice
So
cream.
good.
Mm-hmm. With the freezer
They'd,
and then
they'd
crank it.
saw it
take
out
apart.
in big squares, you know, in,
Mhm.
in the water. And then bring it in, put it in there, and then sawdust all over the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the ground the way, and then sawdust all over it, and that kept it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look like wood, does it?
No, but it did.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it did.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you used to go down to the Niobrara River, I guess, didn't you?
On the
swim
4th
in
of
there.
July,
Yeah, on
we
the 4th
used
of
to
July. I
celebrate
remember
down
that.
there. And they'd swim, and they'd have stands where you could buy ice cream and things, and just had a big time.
Mm-hmm.
Had lots of fun there.
That was quite a picnic ground at that time,
Mhm.
I guess.
It isn't anymore.
No, probably not.
They had a creeping cedar tree down there.
Oh, that was quite a,
Yeah, that
people
was
all
very,
over would come to see
they
that.
said there wasn't very many in the country, you know, but it finally washed, they tried to save it. It was right close to the river, and it washed it out finally.
Mm.
But there's a great big cedar tree, and then this little tree all around it, just up about that high,
Mm-hmm.
all around.
It was.
And it's a very unusual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I remember
But it
that.
finally went off
Finally
in the
got
river.
washed out.